Hi, Diane. Hi, everyone. This is Shirley, Shirley's World. Shirley's World vlog. I'm a reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and I guess a YouTube creator. Is that what they call? And yeah, on Thursday nights, a bunch of us get together here for a chat. And there is Penny, just came in. So Diane's here. She's always the first one here. I was out watching, I don't know, Diane, have you seen The Chosen? You know, the movie about Christ. Hi, Hourly Flipper. Hi. I meant to also put on your comment that I made today, Hourly Flipper. I loved your picture that you put on. Hi, Donna. Nadine's here. Hi. And Debbie. There they all come. Jeff's here. Hi. Yes, you're live tonight, Hourly Flipper. He did a shipping video today on his YouTube page. Hourly Flipper, you sell mostly books, but when you wrap that game piece or that controller, I guess it was, you surprised me there. Yeah. Yeah. When I didn't read your title right the first time I read it, and I thought for a second it said you were gonna wrap your desk chair, and I had to look at it twice before I saw that what you were doing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you find so many books. I have looked around my whole house. I have a lot of books. There is only a few I found a long time ago that I put on to actually sell. And of course, then I found that wonderful Martha Stewart book that just all of a sudden became worth a lot and sold that. But besides that, my books are worth $2 and $3. I have a lot of garden books, a lot of bird books, I don't know. I haven't looked at. I do have some books about antiques. Like there are certain type of like a book about primitives and a book. And so far, I haven't found any of those that are worth anything either. Did you see that old Kmart commercial about shipping pants? No. Was it on your channel? I'll have to look. Jeff, you said you guys haven't been here for a while. Well, I'm pretty much on. I've been trying to do a shipping video every day. Now, if you notice, I didn't do a shipping video today because up until a couple hours ago, I hadn't sold anything. But I have sold one thing so far, and I'll show it to you. I'll ship it while we're here. Or I'll pack it while we're here and show you what it is. Okay, he's going to post a link. This is about the Kmart thing about the pants, an old Kmart commercial. Ah, yeah, I'm you'd think I'd have some old medical books and things that would be worth something, but I don't. I don't have any of those anymore. You've been outsourcing, Jeff, and have taken a couple antique courses with from Dr. Lori. I watch her. Yes, she has a lot of information stored in her head. Yeah, those would be good courses to take for sure. She took me back when she's talking about different glass, glass pieces. I used to know something about glass. I don't know much at all about it anymore. Unless you keep up with it, it's hard to remember. Oh, that could be my age. Reselling courses. Yeah, that would really be interesting. We did some glassware, some dishes, some, but we were mostly into wooden things and into more primitive type antiques instead of the fancier type. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, so I think my books about glassware and all, I used to have those books, but I don't have them anymore. Those, I might have sent them off into Amazon. Long time ago, I was sending books to Amazon and selling on Amazon, which I never really uh, did that well selling on Amazon, but I don't do that anymore. Mostly because it was just got too heavy for me to do. Uh, I started venturing off into other things, smaller things that didn't weigh so much, and box them all up. It was such a lot of boxing things and taking them to UPS. And the books, of course, weigh a ton. Cindy, hi. You just joined. Oh, you just got here, you mean? Because you've been here. I mean, you've joined before. Uh, yeah. Yes, so mostly I've been doing these shipping videos and doing better on eBay and Poshmark both. In fact, Poshmark really stepped up this past week. Except today has been really slow again. So you just never know. Yeah. I sold, let me show you what I did sell because I already printed the label for it. I sold one thing, and the thing I sold, I can get my sticker off here. I should never put things on these plastic bags. Um, this is by Liz Claiborne. It's new with tags. It's a pair of dress stretchy pants. They're dress pants. They're straight leg dress pants, and they're red. What? Not real wide leg, but not tapered at all. I mean, they're completely straight leg dress pants. They have pockets. They hook with I think a hook and eye and a zipper. But they're the Andrea style. They're by Liz Port. That's their more sporty kind. And yeah, size 8. So I sold these for a best offer of $15. I don't even remember anything about buying these. I've had them a long time. In fact, they have one of my postcards that I used to buy and put in all my packages until they just became too expensive. These postcards are both printed front and back with information, and they got too expensive after a while to put them in all my packages. The bad thing that I did is when I was packing things up to put them in the bins, I put these postcards in every single package, which I wouldn't have had to do. I could have saved a lot of postcards by just putting them in when I shipped them. Because I'm running across a lot of my packages like this one that the postcards are in them, which is okay. I don't have to put a little sticker on it. So yeah, these sold best offer $15. They are going to Harrodsburg, Kentucky. So I am sending them in one of my new pretty packages. This is one of the spring summer poly mailers from Shipping Hip. And it already has the label on here. So I will put that in here and put it in the bin here. And put this in for Sunday when I'll tell you about everything. Poshmark shipping is so much easier than eBay. The buyer pays the shipping. You don't do anything about the shipping. You print out, they send you a label. I sound like I'm yelling. Am I yelling? Poshmark sends you a label in the email. You just print it out. Everything is sent priority mail. So you can use any priority shipping. You can use a Tyvek, a padded flat rate, a box, anything. It doesn't matter as long as it's under 5 pounds. Now, if somebody buys a bundle and it goes over 5 pounds, then the seller pays the extra amount of postage. But I think it costs the buyer for anything, whether it's a tiny little necklace or a heavy coat. If it's under 5 pounds, they pay $7.95 or something like that. It's around that. It's around $8, $7.95, something like that. You have nothing to do with that. It's so easy. Any priority shipping container will do. There's Early Flipper. He was going to send a link. Yeah, so I think it's much easier. In fact, the whole thing's easier. They charge 20% of your sales. It's kind of off color, but the inspiration was for my thumbnail. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a really cute thumbnail that you did. It was great. So Poshmark all around, I really noticed the difference when I was getting ready doing the taxes. It's just so much simpler. eBay has a million different charges. Especially if you do promoted shipping, promoted sales, because then that can be anything. You can pick whatever from 2% up. So the money you make is always a little different. But eBay still has a much, much bigger audience as the biggest besides Amazon. Okay, Arlie. See you later. Uh, Janet, did I say hello to you? Janet, did I see you come in? Janet Kay's here. Cindy, Debbie. Yeah, I think I have everybody. Yeah, I don't know how uh, Mercari has changed the way they charge a couple different times. So I don't sell much at all on Mercari because I don't keep up with it. So I don't know what they're at the moment. For a while, the buyer was paying for everything, and the seller didn't have to pay any fees. But that didn't last long. So I'm not sure if it's back to what it used to be or what, but I don't sell enough on there to know that offhand. But I just figure with everything uh, eBay ends up to be that you pay out of your price, you pay close to 15%. It's still a little lower than Poshmark, but Poshmark is just neater on how they do it. Jeff says, a few weeks ago, my wife bought me a nice red tie and she bought herself some shoes from you, and we both love them. Oh, okay. I think I know exactly the red tie. If that was for me too, because I recently sold one and some shoes. Well, thank you both. I didn't catch that, I don't think. My girl that helps me was here today, but this is the week she cleans, so we didn't get to do anything fun. I was just doing eBay stuff on the computer. I've been doing a lot of ending, um, old inventory and then selling it similar, doing selling similar, changing some titles, and I'm changing all my promoted listings back to 3% because I had them all over the place. Uh, so making sure they're back, making sure the shipping is right because there's some things on there that are still say first class and priority when I want them all to say ground advantage. So I have to check, it gives me a chance as things end. Things are there over 30 days, they end, and then I'm redoing them. So sometimes it's 10 or 12 things. Sometimes I think it was 20 some today. And I think it's going to be, I think I added 43 I ended 43. And tomorrow when you end something, they go into, uh, they're not sold, they haven't been sold. So then you can go in there and you can revive them and do sell similar. and they go on as a brand new listing. So that's what I've been doing during the day. My chickens are still out in their closed in pen. I have to go put them away pretty soon. And it's been a dreary, cloudy, sort of spritzy day today, and it's cold. It's not warm like it's been in the last couple days. Uh, but not near as windy as yesterday. Yesterday, I was afraid to go outside without my riding helmet on. As most of you know, I was hit on the head earlier this year with a tree branch, had to go to the ER and get my head stapled shut. So I don't want that to happen again. You had snow again, Diane? Oh dear. I think it tried this morning. I heard it was like sleet hitting the window when it was raining, but it never snowed. Then it went up in the 40s, but still just that cold, rainy. I think it's supposed to be like this sort of like the rest of the week. Do you think that's helping your sales? Uh, I thought it was. Of course, today, then I haven't had any, but I think going on uh, every day on YouTube, I don't know. I think the people that do this, that go on, that do a lot of YouTube videos, I think they seem to sell better, but I don't know how much they're listing either. See, right now I'm not listing anything new. I'm just relisting or selling similar. When I say relisting, I mean sell similar. Because I haven't gone shopping and I'm waiting for Bumblebee to send me a box. She's getting it ready. And that'll be the first new things that I'm going to be putting in here. The thing is, I'm trying to get rid of inventory, and I don't want to increase my inventory by, keep going shopping since I'm not really selling that much. It's great if you're selling a whole lot to shop, but if you're not, it's sort of a, damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. uh, yeah. You've been trying to figure out a niche. That's so hard if you have a lot of interests. Or if you just don't have one thing that you're just super, super interested in, and it's lots of things, it's very hard to pick a niche. Niche. Yeah. I joined that video IQ thing, vidIQ, and they sort of looked at, they kept asking me questions and all this stuff, and they just sort of, said your niche is you're reselling mostly. So, yeah. It's not that you can't make videos about other things, because I do, but you mean your niche about what to sell? Yeah. I went from I used to sell more antiques because that's what I did for a long time. And I sort of knew it at the time better, but they they're much harder to come across. They're harder to find decent, good ones. And I found out the clothes were much easier to ship and much easier to get. So, like everybody that goes into clothing, that's why. It's just you can get an abundance of clothing and shoes too, and so easy to ship compared to hard goods. So that's why. Yeah. Even storing, easier to store. Mm. Nothing breaks. Huh. But I don't think it's as fun for the seller. It's more fun going shopping for hard goods. But I figure I can just go shopping for hard goods for myself. And because I don't want to, you know, I'm trying to declutter, not clutter. So I won't be buying a lot, but I can look at things. I was doing good at the decluttering for a while, and now I sort of have just stopped doing it for a while. It's really easy when you start to declutter, and then all of a sudden it becomes hard. uh, because you're done going through the things that you don't even care about, and then you have to come to the things that you sort of give a hoot about, and then you don't know what to do. So it's easier for me to sell things really inexpensively that I've had for a long time than it is for me to give away my own things. Of course. And believe me, I have looked around for anything that I can sell of my own. I don't know where Bumblebee is tonight. She's having computer problems. uh But we have a lot of our own things in your mother's clothes, but we are getting into art glass and antiques. Yes. Yeah. There's I can't think for a name, of course, but I watch a lady on YouTube, and she's really good at packing things, and they do small hard goods and a lot of antiques and glassware. If you know who I mean. Her husband does it with her, but she packs everything. She's really good at packing. And that art glass that you're buying will need to be packed really good. Uh, Lavender Clothesline buys a lot of, or she used to buy a lot of glassware. They've moved to Florida now. And I noticed she's starting. Yes, that's her. Avante Avenue. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, I watch her. But Lavender Clothesline, I noticed she's starting to pick up some glassware again since they moved. But Lavender, they sell everything. And her husband sells, I think it looks like he sells mostly sports goods and clothes, whereas I think she likes to pick up more hard goods. Uh, Lavender Clothesline's husband that she met at Goodwill, he reminds me of my Jack, of my husband, my late husband. They're both tall, they both have white hair and mustaches. Uh, yeah. But I am going to have to leave early tonight because it is getting dark here now because it's so cloudy, and I have to get my chickens in. I don't want the raccoons discovering that they're out in their outer area. You know what my chickens have been doing? Instead of roosting at night, all three of them are sleeping in the nesting boxes. I think they started doing that when it was really cold and it's warmer in the little nesting box because I have lots of straw in there. It's all closed in nice and snug. And it used to just be the two white chickens, but now it's the black chicken too. And there's only two nesting boxes. So they always have, I think the two white chickens sleep together, and then the black chicken gets her own box. And I've gone in there to check on them sometimes. Sometimes though, it's the black and white chicken together. You never know. I guess whoever gets in their favorite nesting box first. Uh, but that should keep them warm if they're together. They're very snug in there because my chickens aren't small. And what nesting boxes are only like 12 by 12 around there. So I should try to get a picture sometime of them in there. So I will be back on Sunday evening, but maybe tomorrow, if I sell something more, I will come on with the shipping video tomorrow if I sell a bunch. But Sunday I'll be on with what I sold the entire week and how I did as far as numbers go. Chickens can be crazy. Yeah. Yes, they can. Chickens are, yes, they're kind of crazy, but they are very smart, smarter than people think in their own little way. So I'm going to go, and I will be back to see you hopefully in the next couple days, but for sure on Sunday with a what sold during the whole week. Come back and join me, and we'll talk again. Bye.